Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to Quacked Out. You know, a wise man adapts himself to situations or circumstances as just like as water does, to a container it's in. One thing, the reason I'm stating it right now is because one area in which Mumbai Indians have failed is adaptability. In terms of skill, in terms of talent, they are no way less than any other team, as we all know. But adaptation is one of the key things that I think they weren't able to do well. And just as you said, we any champion side or any or in any aspect of life, as a matter of fact, adaptation is the key. And it's been 4 matches since I've played in Chennai, and we have seen disappointing batting performances. And I guess no one else is more disappointed than Mohan over here right now. And it's pretty evident from his face, right? Even though he's smiling, I know how it hurts, how deep, how bad it is. So what do you say? What do you see of the performance from MI today? Because from what I have seen, yes, the reason I started with adaptation is because I have seen two completely different sides today. Punjab, they're played in Mumbai, right? They came to Chennai, and the way they adapted to the conditions is completely different to the way Mumbai has been playing. They have already played 4 matches here. So what do you think is the difference? We have seen game of two different teams. So how do you rate? What's your feeling now? What do you say on the game?
From the beginning of the season, I had one fear. If someone could defeat MI, it was themselves. It was complacency. And from the last two matches, what I felt was they were lacking inspiration. It was as if they were so rusty. They did not want to play. They did not want to give everything to the cause. It was as if they were just turning up and thinking, okay, we'll just turn up and we'll win the game. But no, this is not some other local league. This is not your Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy or some big bash or something. This is IPL. This is one of the most premier tournament ever in the world. I mean, you can't win when you lack something from inside. Today, from each department, especially in, if I start with the batting phase, Quinton de Kock, Ishan Kishan. I mean, it was as if that there was no intent. They did not want to score at all. So I can't even put it in words. I mean, what is going through them? Are they so much out of form, or what is it? Even Rohit Sharma as well, first couple of runs or something, it was as if he was in no mood to run. You might well go home, Rohit, if you want to lead the side like this. Yes, you have won us 5 trophies, but what is the use when you can't give everything to it? It looked as if you were disinterested. And your captaincy, yes, you had one slip in place, but where was the short leg again? Like you had it against KKR. The field was spread so wide, like KL Rahul literally ran the entire match, and Kings and Punjab, they just won the match without taking any risks. There was no cutting edge in Rohit's captaincy. The bowling attack looked impotent. It was as if there was no belief. This is a team, when we defend low totals, they come together. They put trust in each other. But today what I felt was they were lacking all of those things. Each one was left by himself to dry out there in the middle. And asking opinions to an RCB fan is refreshing, because his team is like flying high at the moment. He has been laughing through the entire stream. Let's let's get his perspective on this. What does he
You
feel
know,
as an outsider looking at
the
MIT?
most, as I said in the watch along, the most important, or not important, I mean, sorry, the most exciting battle for me, especially in MI's power play, right, when they were batting,
Yeah.
was not between a batsman and a bowler, was for me between a fielder and a batsman. It was the battle between Fabian Allen at point versus
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma's running. Well, to be honest, it was not. I mean, the typical Rohit Sharma didn't turn up today. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He looked a bit rusty, just like the whole MI team. He
Yeah.
looked a bit lost. He looked a bit confused in his batting. That's not Rohit Sharma. There was a drive in which Moses Henrique was bowled the ball, and outside off, it was a proper. He
Yeah.
invited Rohit Sharma to drive, and
Yeah.
that was one of the laziest drives I've ever seen Rohit Sharma. I know there's always laziness associated with Rohit Sharma, but there's elegance. But unfortunately, that elegance was missing today, and he looked so rusty. He looked so lost. And where do I even start? Like, what about Quinton de Kock? I mean, I understand maybe it's a bit too harsh on him. Like, he missed out the first couple of matches, but that's not the typical Quinton de Kock we get to see, right? I mean, just coming down the track and he came down the pitch. There was no timing at all. He lost it. I understand the pitch was a bit slow. It was not just a bit. It was a lot slow. But one thing is, Mumbai has played already 4 matches here. It's the fifth match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, when you're playing fifth match on the ground and you have seen other teams play, you have seen how what other teams have done. You can pick up it one or two cues from their book, right? I mean, look at the way Punjab has played today. They have lost their first match in Chennai. They played against SRH the last match. They didn't do well, right? I think they have seen how Warner and Bairstow have batted through the innings, and that's exactly what KL Rahul has done today. He knew that he had to stay at one end. He knew that that the responsibility, the onus is on him to take the side through, and he has got really good company and good experienced company. The reason why I'm using experience is, even though MI's batting has got a lot of talent, I think they were lacking in experience. Right, experience. I would say I expected a lot from Pollard. Actually, maybe he came down a bit down the order. I don't know. Surya Kumar Yadav. Look at the way he's batting. I mean, for a guy, I understand. You may say he has played a lot of domestic cricket, but I think everything he touches turns into gold now. Surya Kumar Yadav has been so good. I think there's no support around ski. You know, Ishan Kishan isn't firing. Both the Pandya brothers aren't firing. Pollard isn't firing. I mean, it's the fifth match and middle order failure for the fifth continuous match. That's something to look upon. And yeah, what about the bowling? What about MI's bowling in the power play? I mean, when you're defending 131, that's not the way to start, right?
Before I come on to bowling, I mean, there's some interesting points you touched on in the batting department. But you know, a team can approach this tournament in two ways. Like a team can pick players based on lack of weaknesses or based on their strengths. You know, different IPL teams approach this in different ways.
Yeah, true.
But for MI, you know, MI is someone they pick you based on your strengths. They don't care if you're having a certain weakness. So for me, I think Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, they were all picked on the strength of, you know, hitting big and something. But this surface doesn't allow you to, you know, come and go bang bang like what is happening at Wankhede. You need to apply yourself. You need to, you know, pick the right ball to go after, because on Wankhede,
Yeah.
good balls go out of the ground, and I think that is where the problem is. And the most, you know, the thing which I really fear about is MI don't have that sort of a replacement to play on slow pitches. Yes, there is replacement for Hardik Pandya, but again, the guy who's coming in, he is also a hitter who is well suited to that Wankhede surface, where if you have to chase 20 of each over, then it's fine. So that is the most scary part for me as an MI fan. How do you recover the situation from here? The batting looks completely lost for me. I'm like, whom will they bring in? Jimmy Neesham? He has grown up playing on those Kiwi pitches. He's not used to this.
That's exactly why I said adaptability. I started off with adaptability, and then I said experience head of Chris Gale. Because Hardik Pandya, with all due respect, he has played enough cricket right now. He has got enough international experience to at least adapt to a situation. Because Hardik Pandya and Karen Pollard, they're not. This is not their first or second international tournament, right? I mean, they have been around. Pollard and Hardik Pandya together, they would have played at least 200 T20s, T20 internationals, right? I mean, even considering including IPLs as well. So I think they should have adapted. And actually, I was pretty disappointed with the way Rohit Sharma batted both in the last match and this match. He should have stayed until the end, just like in last match. Had he stayed until the end, things would have been different. I mean, yeah, he did well. You can't point a finger against him for the innings he played today. It's because of him the team is there. I understand, completely understand. But when you know the middle order is kind of struggling, you know, when the players are down, sometimes I think it's not even about skill level. It's just down to confidence, I feel. But yeah, Hardik Pandya, could he? When you know ball is not coming onto the bat, when you know it's tough to hit the long ball, you should find a way through, right? He has played enough cricket to at least think and sort it out. And as I said again, adaptability. He needs to adapt to the situation. So I just don't know. But
But it's
what
not.
do you think of Decock? Will they go with Decock the next match? What do you think? So what do you think they should be doing?
I'll come to the Decock matter. That's a very interesting thing. I think that is a fascinating thing. But do you think it's really that easy to adapt to pitches? Because how was Andre Russell playing when he was at Chennai? And how did Andre Russell play now? I think these hitters, I think they nowadays you generally get surfaces which are batsman friendly, right? Even in India also. So I think all of these people are, you know, they're like clear the front leg and just hit the ball through the line, and suddenly you give them a pitch And I think this is in a way it also, you, you it also questions the adaptability of these players. Are the modern players becoming less and less adaptable? That is also a big
Mhm.
question, because it's not just Hardik Pandya. All of the big hitters have struggled,
Exactly.
of
Yeah. All
course.
the teams,
Yeah.
all the teams middle orders
Of
have
course,
failed. Yeah, I
ABD
think
is
so.
on
Yes.
another level. I don't
No, yes,
compare
true.
anyone with ABD, but generally, but that is not an excuse. It's not an excuse, because on this pitch, if you get 150 batting first match, you're in the match, right? 150 is
Yeah.
a winning score. At 20 more runs today, and pressure was on. So
Exactly.
when you have a target in mind, why does Rohit play that reckless shot and get out? You just plan your innings 115 20 overs. How much do you have to score? Around 7.5, right?
Yeah.
Hit that odd six, run your singles, run your twos, you get to 150. I think that is what really disappointed me on this pitch. You have the target batting first, but still you commit all these stupid errors. Very
But interesting
disappointed
point out that
with my mind.
actually in the post match presentation, Rohit Sharma said it wasn't that a tough surface to bat on actually, because he
Yeah,
said the way KL Rahul, at least KL have batted, like it showed that batting can be easy if you put some sense into those,
yeah,
that bloody middle
exactly.
order
You
over
have to,
there,
you have to
right?
pick. Yeah,
Batting can be, you can bat on the pitch,
yeah,
it's not that difficult.
yeah.
And Rohit Sharma, I don't know, but do you see anything around Ishan Kishan as well? Because three matches, Ishan Kishan, Quinton de Kock, actually two vital cocks, even in last year's success of IPL, two really vital cocks. So what do you make of Ishan Kishan and Quinton de Kock?
You look at the profile of players, Ishan Kishan, Quinton de Kock. Don't you think they're similar kind of players? Players who like to play when the ball is coming on, especially when there is pace on
Mm-hmm.
the wicket. Yes, Ishan Kishan is good against spin, but then that is also when the ball is coming on, when the ball is skidding off the surface. So MI can't afford both of them to win the team. I think de Kock gets dropped,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe if Ishan Kishan gets dropped, maybe you bring in a Saurabh Tiwari, but that is not gonna solve your problem. The problem here is at the top of the order, you're not getting runs. No
Mm-hmm.
one is going up there and blasting runs, right? So Rohit
Yeah.
Sharma has to take the pressure. Or
Or
do you get Surya to open with Rohit and then maybe play a Jimmy Neesham or someone in the middle order? Do you
or,
think that
or
is
how
also an
about
option?
how about dropping Ishan Kishan and getting in Jimmy Neesham as well? Because they're just playing with three foreign players now, only three overseas players.
Yeah,
So they just
actually,
still
that is
have the
also
fourth overseas player slot open, right? So maybe
yeah.
they can drop Ishan Kishan and then bring in either Chris Lynn, or as you said, Jimmy Neesham. He even gives you an extra bowling option as well. And you don't know how the pitches are going to be in Delhi. That's exactly what worries me about Mumbai, is that they, let's be honest, even though they're a champion side, they terribly failed
Yeah.
to adapt to the Chennai's conditions, slow conditions, and we don't know
Champion
how
is no
Delhi's pitch is
excuse.
going to be.
Champion is no excuse when you don't adapt. Being a champion
Yeah,
that's all in the past. You have won the trophies in the past. What are you doing now? That is what champion sides always concentrate on. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do today. This is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. The past doesn't win me trophies, right? The
exactly.
past
Yeah.
is the past. You can't do anything with the past.
So I
Now
guess we don't know how the pitches are going to be in Delhi. So I mean,
they are gonna be as
it's
crap.
that's.
They are gonna be as crap
Ex-
as this.
but actually, to be honest, I'm happy with the Chennai pitches, because these
It's
pitches at least
strategic.
have
Yeah.
reminded me that cricket is always a contest between bat and
Yeah.
ball. It's
Exactly.
not bat versus bat, right?
Like
I,
it's happening at
I,
Wankhede.
Yeah, yes, to be
Yeah,
honest, yes, exactly. Because look at the way KL Rahul has batted, look at the way Gale has batted, or Maxwell, or look at the way Surya Kumar Yadav is batting,
yeah,
right? You look at Ski batting, and it looks like he's batting complete altogether on a different surface than all the Mumbai Indians batsmen, right?
yeah, exactly.
So that shows that if you really have the temperament, if you really
Yeah.
have the experience,
Application.
or if you have the application,
Application is
exactly. So I
important.
think you can do it. So all in all, pretty disappointed batting performance. But how about the bowling? Because even when the target was 132, I still thought they can do it, right? 2-3 wickets the power play, because we all know. Come on, even Punjab's middle order is not that good,
Yeah.
right? You just get KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal out and the gates open. Nicholas Puran hasn't been in great form, even though he hasn't batted,
Yeah.
and you can't trust the rest of the middle order. So
Yeah. Um, Before we get into the bowling thing, I think we have
bowling.
Shiva here. Hi, Shiva. How are you doing? What about Hardik? Like I said, the thing about Hardik is we don't have a replacement for Hardik in the MI team, because whom are you gonna replace him with if you drop him? Is it gonna be a
And I
Saurabh
guess,
Tiwari?
and
I don't
I think
think so.
Hardik not bowling is also hurting Mumbai a lot. I mean, they
Yeah,
bowl a shot, right? And
exactly. Hardik is bowling. You bowl him in the power play along with Trent Bolt. He bowls cutters and everything, right?
well, yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, with the bowling, that's a very interesting thing. I've been reminding you in the watch along that MI have won many close matches, finals as well, right? 130,
Hmm.
135 total. But whenever MI have won those finals, there was a flourish at the end. Pranal Pandya hitting out, or 15 run over at the end, which means the momentum was with the team that is going to bowl second. But here, what is happening is in the last two matches, MI is like dropping off very badly in the last 2 3 overs, right? Which means that
Yeah.
you're already disappointed when you're coming into the dressing room. No momentum, which means you're down. The couple of 4 5 overs, you're down, and by the time you recover, you're gone. The match is gone. And as a captain, how do you motivate the team as well when already you've performed crap in batting? So momentum is the key here. The swing in momentum is something which is very underrated and which is like very important, especially if you're defending totals as a team.
And as a captain, I think it was good to go with Kunal Pandya in the second over, but he
Yeah.
didn't do any good. To be honest, like he was, when the field was completely offside, he was bowling down the leg, shot down the leg. That was like, it's just easy, as
That
easy
that
as, come on, you peel out a chocolate and give it to
that
him
is
to
like
eat.
criminal. Someone should be sent to prison for that, for what he did, keeping a field on the offside and bowling everything on the leg side. But another thing as well, Krunal Pandya in the 16th over, if you see the first three balls, he got three dot balls, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
when
yeah.
and when he pitched it up around that middle leg with the flight, he was all virtually unplayable, right? Ball was like pitching on middle and going outside off. Even KL Rahul struggled. So it
Yes, yes,
showed that
yes.
there was everything. I mean, there was everything for bowlers and batsmen as well. So it's just that
Yeah.
MI didn't utilize it.
Yeah, but as I said, the most interesting battle for me was in the first power play. Fabian Allen. He literally he ran it everything. Fabian Allen had at least 4 or 5 goes at the stumps.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
missed all, nevertheless, but still, that was really exciting for me because Rohit Sharma was kind of lazy to start off with. And what about his bowling changes? Like he has done well with Rahul Chahar, but I thought
Yeah.
maybe he could have brought in Pollard a bit early to bowl. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think? Because you know that on this Chennai pitch, slower balls, the cutters are giving you wickets. So I just couldn't understand the reason behind holding Pollard
Uh,
until the 13th over. I
see,
guess he brought in him at the 13th or 14th over.
with Pollard, it's always high risk, high reward. Either Pollard gets
Mm-hmm.
hit for 2 3 sixes, or and also I think Rohit is using Pollard just to cover up the crap which Krunal Pandya is doing. and and that cover up was as useless as a snail trying to cover up its shit on a marble floor. which is impossible. So what the crap that Pranal Pandya did today was useless.
Forget about Snail. It was a dog shit on a marble floor when Trent Bolt
Yeah,
bowled
I
that
thought
bowled that beamer.
it was as good as a dog trying to cover up its shit on a marble floor. But
It
also
was
another
still
thing,
wrong.
more disappointed than the MI fans today was the cameraman. He got only some 2 3 chances to turn his camera towards the beautiful stand. So
Wow. So
it will
yeah,
be
it
very
looks
difficult. It will be very difficult for MI to recover from this, if you ask me.
because if you
The
look at
this
the table as well, they're still in the top four, but I wouldn't say they should hit the panic button because it's not down. It's still just 5 matches. They still have 9 games to play. That's a lot to play as well. And there are teams which are in a similar stage, but still for MI, 5-3. I mean, what worries me is not just losing matches. What worries me about MI is the way they are losing matches. Because they have
Yes.
been repeating the same mistakes all over again and again and again. The middle order failure has been happening for long,
Yeah.
and the fourth and fifth order failing has been happening for them in the last four
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah.
So it's the pattern of failure that worries me. But I just hope they can cover it up in the next match because it's Delhi. Sometimes the change of ground can bring in that new kind of refreshment in us. So I just hope it's going to be good. And yeah, we have Shiva here. He says, "Will toss play a crucial role?" Shiva, I guess with the kind of pitches we have, toss has become crucial. We have seen teams just bowling second. What was it? Bowling second initially. Every team
Uh,
that started the bowling
no,
first. Yeah, they started
yeah,
bowling
yeah,
first.
yeah. But if he's asking specifically at Chennai, I don't agree that the toss plays a crucial role because you're
Hmm.
batting first. You know the target, right? You get
Yeah.
150, and the game is almost yours.
Yes. Yes. Even actually interesting. Yeah, sure made a good point of toss over there. But
Yeah,
what's actually on the flip side? Rohit Sharma said even had he won the toss, he would have chosen to bat first.
yeah,
So that's interesting.
uh,
So basically, the game plan is clear. You score 160 on this Chennai pitch, and you kind of
yeah,
save,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I think toss.
I I
Come on, Monia, go
think
on.
that has always been MI's plan, but yeah, but I think it doesn't make much a difference. Like you said, the contest is very even. Even if you bat
Mhm.
first, also the team batting second doesn't have too much of a disadvantage. Like unlike Wankade or in Chinnaswamy Stadium, right? At a
Mhm.
Chinnaswamy Stadium, how much ever you hit, the opposition can outscore you. But this
Yes,
is
yes,
not like
true.
that. It's about
Yeah.
strategy. It's about the angles which you get. I mean, which angles are your fielder set? Is your short third man at the right angle or not? All of those strategic things are very important at this
And
ground.
one good thing, one interesting thing on this Chennai thing, Chennai's pitch is the match has been completely different for the first 15 and the last 5 overs.
Yeah.
Right? Teams know that how much you want to score in the first 15 because the last five are going to be tough to score on. MI has lost wickets. Punjab, I mean, they haven't lost because of crap bowling from Mumbai, but still, we have seen teams kind of bottle it up in the last
Yeah.
5 overs on this pitch. So I guess the plan is pretty much laid out now on this Chennai pitch, even though we are down to the end of matches on Chennai pitch, but still, it's like you score 160 or 165 or any slower pitch, as a matter of fact, right now, and
I
then
mean,
you're pretty safe.
165. If you score, the batting team will not turn up. They might as well go to their hotel directly. 165 is like impossible on this pitch. 150 is a contest. 165 is like there is no contest.
Wow. So yeah, it was a disappointing performance from MI, and actually it's a morale boosting win from Punjab because their losses weren't like Mumbai. They have done
Yeah.
well, just been one or two glitches for them, and actually this will be a
Yeah.
morale boosting win
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Punjab.
Yeah.
And so
You
yeah.
know, MI has lost matches in the past. Like, you know how disappointing MI's record is in the first couple of matches. We lose 5 out of 5, we lose 4 out of the first 6, but still we come back. You know, the manner of the loss is what hurts me here. Everyone, it's so uninspiring from Rohit.
Hmm.
People look like they're not giving everything. It looks like they are not interested in it as well. It looks as if each one of them is carrying themselves. Krunal
Mhm.
Pandya, Hardik Pandya. It's just like they're turning up. I mean, if you turn up, you can't win anything. You can't even win crap. Also, they will just throw you out of the IPL
Yeah,
tournament.
just like as people say, reaching top is not the toughest thing, but staying at
Yeah,
the top
exactly,
is
exactly, exactly.
it's more
Staying
difficult.
it.
I think
Yeah,
MI is still facing that issue now, but we never know. It's still early days of the tournament. I mean, they might just end up winning the next 8 matches. I wouldn't be surprised if MI does that. The kind of talent they have.
no, but it's
But
not the time to hit panic button. But then it's the time to, I mean,
just realize, yeah, realize what's going wrong. Yeah,
retrospectively think within
Hmm.
yourselves where we have done wrong. What can we do better? And
And to be honest, it's kind of a cheeky comment, but I feel Punjab Kings, it's kind of the old RCB, the jersey, they have inherited so many things from RCB, like KL Rahul,
yeah.
Chris Gale, and who was it? Sarfaraz Khan, and
Sarfraz Khan
even the
is not
jersey.
playing. Yeah, even the
Okay, and
jersey
even
also.
the
It
jersey,
is right.
right?
Yeah.
The red and gold.
Mayank
Even the
Agarwal,
jersey.
Mayank
Mayank
Agarwal.
Agarwal,
The
yeah,
top three
exactly.
of Kings 11 is from RCB. Good that they don't have the bottom three of RCB, Umesh Yadav and all. That would have been disastrous.
Uh, yeah, that even makes this victory more sweeter for me. But yeah, all in all, I think it's time for Mumbai to respect and a morale boosting win for Punjab. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it today from us from this post match review, and it was good. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the comments. And if there's anything you would like to improve on, anything that you disagree with us, please let us know down there in the comments below. Because sport, as always, is about comments. And if you like our video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and please hit the bell icon for further updates from our channel. We'll be doing these reviews all along right to the IPL, for all the fun updates, right? So please do join us. So until then, with this disappointing performance and the disappointing, disappointing expression on Mohan's face, right? It's been a pretty disappointing night actually for Mohan. Friday
Yeah.
nights completely spoiled by MI, right? Uh, So
No
hoping
words.
for
No words to speak.
no words. Yeah, no words. But it was a good Friday night for me. So
Yeah.
let's hope for a good Saturday night tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be it's Rajasthan versus KKR tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking forward for a good match. So until then,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for joining
See
us
you
and
all.
goodbye.
Bye.
See you all. Yeah, goodbye and please do subscribe
Yeah.
because your support means a lot to us. And
Yeah.
yeah, bye.